want to get you caught up on the traffic out there because we have a major issue.
Yeah, hate to put a damper on the morning, but this is a big issue in Greenwood. Good morning, Lindsay.
All right, yeah, good morning to you. We do have most of these travel lanes blocked now on 65 northbound. This is just north of that Main Street exit down here in Greenwood. Looks like that through traffic is getting by that far right shoulder. But what we know now, it looked like about 3 cars were involved in this situation. And we do know that at least 3 people are being checked out by medics on scene. So potentially some injuries involved here as well. Just had another ambulance arrive right here and the tow truck now on scene. So again, I do believe there were about 3 vehicles involved right there at the Main Street exit just north of that there in Greenwood. I do think that there is potentially some involvement with this semi. This is one exit north, actually looking south toward the scene of that crash. So we'll wait and see how that's all tied together. But what we do know is this is starting to cause a pretty big backup coming northbound on 65. Right now near the scene of that crash, we're looking at a 5-minute delay at Greenwood and Main Street. Matt?
Hey, Lindsay, their cameras are very shaky this morning thanks to that south wind that you've been talking about. And that south wind is going to help us possibly reach record highs this afternoon across central Indiana. It's 56 degrees right now. We're already just 10 degrees away from a record. 66 is the record. We're calling for upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Here we go. South winds are gusting up to 30 miles per hour. We've got a gust at 31 right now. In Greencastle here in Indianapolis, over 25-mile-per-hour gusts are out there. It's going to be a breezy day, especially this morning. We also have some clouds and some rain showers. How today will play out is these clouds will slowly clear out right around lunchtime. Beautiful sun is going to break out across the state. The winds will die down a little bit, still a little bit breezy, but we'll kind of tamper them down just a touch. And then temperatures will climb, upper 60s, low 70s. This is going to be a beautiful day. Warmest day in 3 months for us. Right now this morning, though, we are cloudy with some scattered rain showers. There's a decent little band coming out of Hancock County into Henry and Rush counties, headed off towards Wayne County next. Henry County, we've got some up north to Delaware and Madison counties. Got some light rain over Greenfield, light rain over Hamilton County from Fishers to Carmel to Noblesville, and farther to the north, scattered showers from Marion, Kokomo, Tipton, Peru. Good morning in Monticello. We've got some rain too. But coming up, the storm system off towards the west will give us potentially some thunderstorms tomorrow. Julia will time out when you may see those.
Thank you, Matt. Well, our top story this morning, we're getting new information about the call that led to the shooting death of Officer Brian Elliott Monday night.
From newly released court documents show the hours leading up to that shooting, as well as the moments that Officer Elliott and his fellow officer were shot. Marina Silva is live from the Community Justice Campus in Indianapolis with more on this investigation and where we go from here. Marina, what have you learned?
Well, good morning, ladies. Police actually made contact with the suspect, Kenneth Johnson, on Monday morning. That's hours before the shooting that killed Officer Brian Elliott and wounded another officer. Now, those court documents say that Officer Elliott and the other officers were there for a domestic disturbance call between Kenneth Johnson and his girlfriend. They knocked on the door and announced themselves, then heard a woman call for help. That's when the documents say Officer Elliott kicked the door in, and immediately Johnson fired shots, eventually killing Officer Elliott and wounding the other officer. Johnson ran and was later found in the laundry room of another building, and police found a gun in the trash can of that laundry room. I spoke with a neighbor who saw the officers run into the building.
It's so close. So close. And my biggest thing that I'm struggling with is I watched that man running to his death.
Well, Johnson is here in the Marion County Jail. He has not been formally charged yet, but I wanted to show you the flags here at the Criminal Justice Campus. As you can see, they are at half-mast right now to honor Officer Brian Elliott. So we're expecting charges coming in the next few days. We'll send it back to you guys, ladies.
Thank you, Marina. Well, it's no secret that being a police officer clearly is a very dangerous job.
Yeah, one expert tells us domestic calls like the one Officer Elliott was on Monday night are among the most dangerous. Retired Lawrence Police Chief Gary Woodruff tells us that's because of heightened emotions in these situations.
You're putting yourself there to protect somebody who is in their moment of need. And that focus outweighs the risk that every police officer manages with every incident, but especially the unknown risks when it comes to domestic violence response.
Right now, Woodruff says the most important thing the community can do for Beech Grove police is show as much support and love for them as they navigate this time. And we've seen a lot of that happening over the last few days with the support growing in Beech Grove.
Yeah, and that's really what they need right now. For the last 36 hours, people have just flooded the city, including that memorial outside of the police station.
Get to Anna Chalker, who was live there this morning with how some are remembering that officer.
Well, ladies, it's just been very somber and silent out here. That's really just all you can feel here in Beech Grove, but you can also feel that love here at this memorial. Let me step out of the way just to show you. We have people out here this morning paying their respects as well. And I'll tell you, we've been out here since the car was placed and it was empty yesterday morning, and it's just grown substantially. And I'll tell you, we've been kind of seeing some of the different messages that have been on the car. One that's very prominent on the side from one of the preschools here in this area. They had all of their students put their hands in blue paint and make hearts with their hands. I mean, that's just really touching, just showing all of the ages that have been impacted by this. And we've talked with so many people out here, and they really tell us that these last 2 days just have been so tough on this community. But this memorial just provides a little bit of light to them. And at all times, we saw a line outside of the police station of people waiting and wanting to pay their respects. Residents of all ages really just brought to tears, taken aback by what has happened, but being together in this moment. One gentleman we talked with, he went to school with Elliot's parents, and he just says he's heartbroken by this, knowing that he knows the family so well. And he's joining others who say in the coming days, they really just need to wrap their arms around the family and the police department.
This is our hometown. This is, we're all like family, and we're here if anybody needs us.
With it, man. This is a Beech Grove community that everybody loves everybody, man.
You can feel that small town feeling here in Beech Grove. A lot of that love pushing this community throughout the next couple of days. And this memorial is going to be outside of the department the next few days. You can still come out and pay your respects here. And I'll tell you, a lot of officers have been out here this morning taking care of it, especially with the weather. That's been something they're monitoring to make sure nothing is blown away and nothing is broken or destroyed from the wind this morning. They just want to make sure this is in the best shape it can be for the department and for Elliot's family. But coming up, I'm going to show you, this is not the only place you can come and pay your respects to Elliot and to the department, as so many local businesses in this area are really also wanting to step up in this time of need.
And I know the family is probably so glad they have that support. Thanks, Anna.
And not just this community. We know that so many of you have reached out and want to know how you can help Officer Elliot's family. There is now an approved fundraiser for people to make donations if you'd like.
The Central Indiana Police Foundation works to ensure all the contributions directly support the Elliots. We have a link right now for you at WTHR.com.
And we're also seeing how his fellow law enforcement officers are helping his family and each other as they grieve during this difficult time.
This is the Active Response Kit, or ARC, a blue tent with room inside for officers and their families to just take a minute, get some food and rest, and it's set up by the Indy FOP.
When they experience a tragedy as losing one of their fellow officers, we want to make sure that we take something off their plate that they don't have to worry about. They don't have to worry about feeding or getting something to drink. They can focus on their mourning period they need and focus on honoring Officer Elliot.
This is only the second time the ARC has actually been deployed.
And the first was last November after the death of Delaware County Sheriff's Corporal Blake Reynolds. Your time is 6:09. Some of the other local stories that we're following this morning. A man convicted of murder in a drive-by shooting has now been sentenced.
A judge has sentenced him to more than 4 decades behind bars. Joaquin Harmon Segura was the oldest in a group that fired at least 30 shots into a home on the far east side of Indy. Police say their target no longer lived in that house.
Yeah, instead, they shot and killed an innocent man, 25-year-old Adam Hart. This is what his parents had to say in court.
The loss of a child is got to be one of the hardest things you ever have to do. But the loss of a child in such a cowardly manner, there's no word for it.
As a parent, I can't describe really the pain that I feel every day. I was there when it happened. It's a memory that will not leave me.
Harmon Segura apologized to Rebecca Roosh, but also blamed his harsh upbringing. A judge eventually sentenced him to 46 years total.
2 others were also charged and have already been sentenced in the case. Matt?
Hey, good morning, Julia and Julia. We're off to a cloudy, mild start, breezy. There are some rain showers out there across central Indiana. We'll track those, but we'll also track the chance for scattered thunderstorms coming up tomorrow. Some of those severe.
And people across the country are remembering civil rights pioneer Jesse Jackson. He died yesterday at the age of 84. Ahead here this morning on Sunrise Plus, tributes to his life and legacy.